Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Topic that we have covered many times. I just want to go over a little bit because I've had some questions this month. Again, normally about every month. Sorry. Every month somebody asks something about sharpening a knife. And the October knife of the month was a very small necker style PSK. Very, very small, like an inch long blade on it. Because of that, I carried a belt knife. Excuse me. So I didn't go without a belt knife. And I carried my pronghorn. The pronghorn is probably my most used belt knife as of right now. Not just this one, but my brown one too. It's got to where I've used them. They've passed the Bush Baby, although the Bush Baby is still one of my favorite knives. This guy just works. Chicken! Chickens are being bad, I'm sorry. That being said, if you follow the channel, you'll know that I've done a month-long knife of the month, which is a mileage discussion where I use one knife and do all my projects with it and stuff for the entire month. So I've already done it with this knife. And the only maintenance that I done on this edge for the entire month was strop it. That's it. And it comes up a lot talking about maintaining knives and all of the work. I can't sharpen one. What's a good set of tools to have for knife maintenance? And then, you know, it breaks down to if you're at home or you have something in the field. It's kind of what I'm going to talk about here. So if you're at home, I have a chair strop or several chair strops, which are between 12 and 14 inches long and probably 3 inches wide. And that is what I use the most. It just lives by my chair. If I sit down in the evening time, if I've used it, if I just get a minute to do it, I'll hit my knife on it 6 or 8, 10 times, whatever. And that's just maintaining the edge that's on the knife. LT 01 Scandi grind is ridiculously sharp. Just the edge geometry is so thin on these things that it holds the edge like crazy. So with that being said, unless you hit something, so unless you are batoning a piece of wood and catch a piece of fencing wire or a bullet, I've hit a bullet before, a strop should be all you need to maintain the edge on that knife. These are just a couple of different versions. This is a Gnome by HCO strops. See, these are my most used strops is HCOs. I got several of them. Their Gnome is a good size just to have around. It's a wide enough. Talking about strops is tough business too. So like if I were to suggest a strop for you, I would suggest the 12 to 14 inch range and 2 or 3 inches wide. This for somebody just learning how to strop, I don't recommend this. I would recommend something that you can hang on to and you can focus more on your edges on the strop and not poking yourself. You know, like something like this, you got to pay a fair amount of attention to not running this down the fat part of your hand or poking you in the finger. So a larger strop is just better for getting started. But once you are familiar with stropping, this is the style that I made to go in my smaller kits. And all it is is it's just a strop, so it's poplar with a piece of leather with some compound on it. And my idea with this was, sometimes you get green compound on these things and it'll get on all kinds of stuff, but this just gave me the ability to close it up and not get my compound on anything. That's what I like kit wise. This strop was made by my buddy Kenny for me. Great strop. And something this size would be good for a kit, something smaller. But again, that's going to come with how familiar you are with your strops. This is a rounded strop. It works well for small stuff or strange curves in the blades. So if I had to move on past my strop, if I have actually put a ding or something in this edge and my strop won't get it out, then I'm going to move on to this dude, which is just a ceramic rod. And you can go anywhere from 4 inches to, what's this dude? 8.5 inches long. So depending on what you want to use, this is the longer one is also a good choice in my opinion. Diameter is not that big a deal, but this would be used if you have a little bit more than you think your strop can handle. And then once you have knocked that edge off, or the rough spots, bad spots, the curl, whatever you want to call it, once you are done with this, you would then use the strop to finish it up. So regardless of what combination of things you use, strop is always going to be your final thing. That's the way that I do it anyway. Field wise, this guy's is a little big to throw in a kit in my opinion. One of the smaller ones would be good, or I have some that are like 1/8 of an inch that work well. Most of the time it's not the full edge of your blade that's got bad spots on it. It's just one little small spot and you can focus on that. Being in a kit, this is also a fairly smart way to go. This is a kit that you can just buy, and when you buy it, it's ready. All this stuff is on it. You just add the lanyard and rock and roll. And this has the strop, also has a ceramic rod and a little tiny ceramic rod, and the rod has a couple different faces on it, so you can do it from coarse to fine. It also comes with two, and I like these because they're removable. It comes with a coarse diamond stone, and it's got some broadhead wrenches in there too, and a little storage container. You could put some compound or whatever down in them. But it comes with the two plates. They're diamond covered, and this would be if I have done something to my edge that is more heavy duty than I think this can handle, then I'm going to put it on the stone. And I'm only going to put it on the stone enough to fix the damage. That's it. I'm not going to take the whole edge down. I'm going to hit the spot that's got the damage on it, and then I'll go, if I have to, I'll do coarse. Most of the time you're just hitting it on the fine side, you can get that off. But I'm going to hit it with a coarse if I got to, then I'm going to do it on the fine side, then I'll hit it on the ceramic rod, and then I'll take it to strops in the end. And that's something else. Put this up. Something else that I talk to folks about sometimes, and it's personal preference if you want to do it. Like if I've got a little spot on my blade, I am not going to reprofile the whole knife or the axe head, whatever. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to get that spot right, and if it has a little chip in it, it has a little chip in it, and I'll just cut with it. It's not going to be enough to really affect finished product unless you get in the very end. You can see it sometimes when you're carving things. There'll be like a little hump in your finished material, and it'll just be like a little raised spot where it's not cutting uniform, and that's not a big deal to me. It may be if you're big time sloyding, you know, but for basic crafting stuff, woodcraft stuff, diamonds if it's really bad, ceramic, and then finish it up with the strop of your choice. Get that guy out. Anyway, and then, you know, they make these guys too. This little diamond deal is pretty sweet. I've considered taking this out and putting it in some of my kits before. I don't really use this thing. I would use it on a machete or a kitchen knife or something if it was just an inexpensive one, but this is my style, how I like to do it. So, long story short, you should always finish with the hone, I think. And depending on your edge, you can go many months with heavy use only using a strop. It's totally possible. And just have this stuff for touch-up. It's a lot easier to maintain the edge than go around fixing it all the time. But sometimes that's unavoidable. Well, anyway, I wanted to share. This is kind of the way that I go through it. I appreciate the support. Later.